So the commander of the second guard comes to the main character to basically play matchmaker between the crown prince and the holy maiden. Because one, the crown prince has feelings for the holy maiden, but also because this world, this country, wants to keep the holy maiden's bloodline intact. They want to keep a grasp on it. They want her to produce a child, and specifically they want her to produce a child with the crown prince. But again, the main character and the holy maiden comes from a modern world, a modern country, with better opinions and views towards women. And far more better opinions towards women than this country has. So the main character doesn't really want to play matchmaker for the crown prince and the holy maiden, especially when he tries speaking to the crown prince about this, and it goes from one ear to another, basically trying to explain the modern views the holy maiden has because of the country she came from, and it kind of just goes out one ear and out the other. But the main character does, in a way, help play matchmaker. One, because he needs the crown prince's budget to help with the school system that he and the holy maiden creates, because the crown prince comes rushing to him because he's so upset that the holy maiden came to the main character about the idea. Even though the idea is both the holy maidens and the main characters, he's upset that the holy maiden came to her idea to the main character and not to him. And the main character completely utterly gives credit to the holy maiden about the school system idea, to pursue the crown prince, to sponsor it by being like, oh, you know, if you sponsor her idea, support her idea, take care of her idea, and push it forwards, she will maybe fall in love with you, though he doesn't fully say that. You know, people of my country kind of have good ideas and opinions towards people who do stuff like this. And the crown prince is like, yeah, I'll help support this system. I'll go do this, and rushes out to do this. I freaking had laughed over that. Now, the main character, he still has his regular days off that he would have when he was still working in his accounting department. And you know what the main character does on his days off? Go to the accounting department to do his work. And sooner or later, he's caught by the male lead because the male lead thought the main character was resting on his days off. Except the main character wasn't, and he was not pleased when he had found out the main character was not resting on his days off. And he drags the main character home after he makes the main character watch him work for a period of time. And I was laughing. I went, you got what you deserved, bitch. You got what you deserved. You knew your husband was not going to be happy with you, and you did exactly what you was going to displease him. So you got what you deserved. The male lead has to leave out for an expedition, the last one, and he goes out with the holy maiden because, again, they need the holy maiden for the expeditions. And the main character has to stay back. Well, because the main character is dealing with the church, the male lead put a lot of barriers on the main character, which meant devouring the living daylights out of the main character before he left. And the main character's like, well, I get to do all the work I want to do without my husband here to control me like a leash. He's very pleased about getting to do his work. And I'm like, you little sneaky twark. So the main character is working on the school system, correct? Well, he goes and hunts down the little kid who created the calculation device that he uses at work. And so he asks this little kid genius to come with him, and he's going to also provide the kid schooling because they're opening up the school for commoner children and orphans. He offers the kid a position in the school and offers the kid to create the calculating devices for the school. And the kid is super excited. So he takes the kid to the church where the school will be opening at. The second command of sorcery, he's been wanting the relic that the church holds. And the main character learns from the secret second prince that this relic actually absorbs magic, and this magic is used to create a barrier and protect the kingdom from other kingdoms, like a protection force field. But no one knows about this. They just think they're providing their magic or power to God, or God lowers down their magic level so it's a safe amount of magic someone can survive on without being in dangerous levels. So no one knows the truth outside of, you know, secret people, like just a small group of people only knows about this. But yes, this dude kind of wants the magic, and he typically wants to put some of his magic into the relic, kind of test it kind of thing. And he doesn't realize no one else knows about this, only a secret group of people have. He kind of figured it out on his own and just assumes everyone else has figured it out and no one talks about it. I am not kidding. But yes, they all arrive to the location. The bishop and the accounting person, who's actually a heretic, are also there. And they had just returned, and they do the whole, "Ooh, we're so sorry, we just didn't have time to return the documents like we were supposed to," kind of thing. Yes, they're all acting, "Oh, woo, sorry, we didn't bring it in when we were supposed to." So everyone's here. The Hittic accountant, the main character, the second command sorcerer, the little kid genius, all the orphan children, the priest, the holy maiden, and the prince, who's in disguise, are all there. And the Hittic accountant tries murdering the main character through the children because he's been secretly absorbing extra magic for himself because he was going to use it to destroy the church and destroy their kingdom and destroy the religion. Yeah, this dude is a whole-on terrorist. But we don't get information until later. We just know he's involved in trying to murder the main character. Luckily, the priest protects the main character, but because of the backfire of the magic, ends up, falling out, collapsing. He collapses and passes out. And so the second command of the sorcery tries convincing the priest to lay with the main character, and the priest is like, "Well, I can't, but maybe if this is the only way I can save him, I will." And this is when the male lead has stormed out. And yes, the Holy Maiden was during the third expedition, but she was sent back after the expedition was completed. But the male lead and the third guard had to stay back because there was a bunch of dangerous magical creatures around, and they had to take care of the magical creatures. And he arrived almost too late to save his wife, and his wife was about to be in another man's arms, and he was not pleased about it. He was furious. After devouring the main character and bringing the main character to a safe point, he hospitalizes the main character for a few days. The secret second prince does bring the main character his work, because again, the main character is not going to rest. He wants his work. The butler comes in to basically tells the main character he loves the main character's relationship with the male lead. He loves the main character. He cares for the main character, but the main character better start taking care of his health because his health is the male lead's health, and the male lead will literally cause himself to destruct and fall apart if the main character falls apart and destructs. So yeah, the main character better start taking care of himself. And the main character's like, "Okay, I will. I'll start taking care of himself." The second command sorcerer and the child genius actually create a device so normal people can see magic. So they can see the waves of magic, because only high-level people can actually see the waves of magic. Most common people, lower-level people, cannot see waves of magic. They just know magic is everywhere, but they cannot see it. But now they will be able to actually see the waves of magic thanks to the device the child genius and the second command of sorcery created.